talk about having an archives that's this big, and it really is, you need to know that the E. Remington and Sons portion, which ended in 1888, is meager. We're not like Colt, Winchester, Smith & Wesson, who can go and look up the serial number. We wish we could. And you've heard me say it before, but I'll tell you. About 8 years ago, from the Hertford County Historical Society, invited us over there. They said, "Oh, we found the records of E. Remington and Sons attorney." I said, "Oh, that's great." So Thomas Richardson. So we hastened over there. We started going through his records. We found a lot of good things in there, but I found one letter, which was a copy of the letter he wrote to Marcellus Hartley in 1891, and it made my heart sing. The letter said, and I had it memorized, remember, it's a copy of his letter to Marcellus Hartley, who then owned the company at that point. He got, remember that Hartley and with Winchester, they bought out Remington, and it became Remington Arms Company. The letter said, "Dear Mr. Hartley, what shall we do with the old records? They are presently costing us $90 a year to warehouse." Now, we never found the return, but I think we know what happened to the old records. Can you imagine how many records? $90 goes a long way back then. Imagine how many records there were. We found fragments of them. We have found ledger pages. Everything we find is a treasure. And I wish we could say we can let our guns. We cannot prior to that date. But you all need to know this because there's good news and bad news. That's part of the bad news. Ready for one more bad news? Oh, geez. You know that about 12, 15 years ago, Remington Arms Company acquired Marlin, and at the same time acquired H&R, Harrington Richardson. Okay? Soon after that acquisition, we had a research team there, and one of our members who was the head of quality control, Marcot, took me aside, and he looked really forlorn. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Roy, H&R sent down their records to us. They were put on the dock, and it said obsolete records on the outside of them, and they threw them away." It happens. That's why it's so important that we are preserving what we've got, okay? Two bits of bad news to tell you, but at least it's the truth. At least you know where we stand, okay? And we're happy to preserve what we've got.